High above the tree line, the spring thaw begins deep within the frozen heart of the Alps. Pure meltwater carved these hidden sanctuaries, where life thrives, isolated from the modern world. Framed by dramatic limestone ridges, ancient forests protect the wild kingdom of the European peaks. Rising above the clouds, the legendary peaks guard the frozen heart of the Alps. Silence is the hunter's greatest weapon in these winter woods. Strength alone claims dominance over these unforgiving heights. High above the precipice, the mountain's ultimate aerial predator sweeps down on silent wings. A high-pitched whistle signals danger across the meadow, echoing moments before the mountain gives way. Millions of tons of snow crash downward, demonstrating the irresistible, raw force of nature. As winter settles over the peaks, the mountain freezes into a silent, crystalline world. Deep beneath the frozen earth, ancient waters carve timeless sanctuaries hidden from the light. Emerging back into the sun, meltwaters gather in emerald lakes, breathing life into the alpine valley. Beneath the frozen peaks lies a crystal-clear sanctuary, untouched by time. In these frigid depths, ancient timber creates hidden habitats for unseen life. Mineral-rich waters build intricate stone structures, supporting a delicate microscopic world. Deep within the river system, submerged limestone canyons channel the freezing glacial meltwater. Where the canyon narrows, powerful white rapids oxygenate the riverbed. In these calm, oxygen-rich depths, ancient aquatic species navigate the silted floor. In the crystal-clear alpine lakes, ancient species still thrive beneath the sunlit surface. Deep within cold aquatic shadows, blind subterranean creatures navigate in absolute silence. Submerged forests hold quiet testaments to human history, hidden beneath the alpine waters. Above the frozen lakes, the majestic peaks of the Alps rise into the clouds. Fierce winds shape these ancient granite giants, carving a world of ice and stone. At the crown of the range, the Matterhorn stands as an enduring monument to nature's power. Across the vast alpine wilderness, life thrives in the most challenging winter extremes. Deep within isolated valleys, small communities reside quietly beneath towering glacial peaks. Higher up, sheer ice gorges cut through vertical granite walls, guarding the realm of high-altitude crags. High above the tree line, extreme weather shapes a relentless, vertical wilderness. Herds of chamois navigate these treacherous, icy ledges with miraculous grace. Standing watch against the horizon, vigilance is their only defense against silent threats. High above the tree line, every single step requires absolute precision and balance. Together, the herd tackles the incline, relying on shared strength to forge a trail. Their sharp-edged hooves act as precise tools, breaking hard ice to reach buried nutrients. In the high Alps, winter survival demands relentless effort against frozen terrain. Without warning, hundreds of tons of unstable snow break loose above. Trapped beneath the avalanche's wake, the mountains claim their ultimate toll. Beneath the surface of alpine lakes, ancient ice flows silently through frigid mountain waters. Carved by glaciers over millennia, These highland basins connect towering heights to sunken depths. Near the lakebed, drifting ice creates a quiet, shifting shelter for life below. Sunlight penetrates the frozen expanse, illuminating a pristine aquatic world hidden beneath the surface. Spring warmth carves portals through the ice, rejoining the submerged realm to the open sky. As the glacial melt begins, these icy sanctuaries become the stage for ancient aquatic life. As spring advances, the glacial ice begins its gradual, quiet transformation.
Millions of tons of frozen freshwater thaw, feeding the aquatic ecosystems below.
Across the high Alps, thawing lakes signal the arrival of a dramatic seasonal shift. As warm sunlight returns, tiny ecosystems trapped beneath the ice awaken once more.
Preserved through the frozen winter, seeds and pine cones are released to nourish the forest.
Every drop signals the unstoppable arrival of spring across the high Alps. As the spring sun breaks through the high pass, life begins its slow journey. Freezing meltwater pools offer the first safe haven for breeding. Every step across the frozen surface requires extraordinary endurance.
Entering the frigid depths, life adapts effortlessly to the thawing alpine waters.
Beneath the ice sheet, a quiet realm wakes from winter's frozen grasp. Across the vast snowfields, alpine newts begin their journey toward open waters.
As spring arrives in the high mountain valleys, alpine newts display striking courtship colors during their migration.
Crossing frozen terrain, these small amphibians navigate relentless conditions to reach their aquatic breeding grounds. Every footstep through wet, melting slush brings them closer to the water, where life renews.
Surviving the frozen crust, it reaches the edge of its ancient aquatic sanctuary.
Beneath the surface, the cold meltwater transforms its arduous journey into effortless grace. Settling upon the stream bed, it displays the vivid signals of its breeding plumage.
Even in these frigid meltwater pools, territorial disputes demand immediate posture. A tiny nymph becomes the focal point in this underwater arena. Total immobility precedes the final, decisive strike. In the clear freeze of the meltwater, a single strike decides survival. Competition triggers immediate chaos as scent draws rivals to the feeding ground. Higher up, the endless source of life pours relentlessly from melting glacial peaks. As snowmelt flows into lower valleys, hidden life stirs beneath the icy currents.
Brook lampreys emerge from the riverbed gravel, seeking communal spawning grounds. Together, their synchronized movements prepare the bed for a new generation.
In the clear, shallow reaches of alpine streams, brook lampreys gather in energetic clusters.
Ancient and jawless, their delicate gill pores and primitive eyes reveal millions of years of evolutionary survival.
Using their sucker mouths, they painstakingly move pebbles to carve out a clean nesting depression in the gravel.
Using powerful suction discs, the lampreys lock onto stones against the mountain current.
Together in the silted water, they gather to prepare their spawning nests. 7 pairs of gill pores pump constantly, allowing life to flourish in cold mountain torrents. As spring peaks, pairs lock together over carefully prepared gravel nests. Anchored firmly, their synchronous vibrations release eggs directly into the protective gravel.
In an ancient collective ritual, hundreds ensure the next generation of these alpine waters.
As spring thaws the high mountain peaks, alpine streams come alive with hidden aquatic life. In these calm shallows, small alpine newts gather on the muddy riverbed to court.
Their striking orange bellies serve as a vivid warning signal to potential predators.
On the stream bed, the male performs an intricate underwater dance to attract a mate.
Pheromones wafted by his tail reach the female, signaling his readiness and vitality.
With the bond established, another cycle of life begins in these pristine mountain waters. To capture her full attention, the male arches his body in a dramatic display of vigor. Watching from the shelter of aquatic weeds, the female evaluates his invitation. A gentle nudge seals the bond, marking the culmination of an ancient underwater ritual. Having secured the spermatophore, the female glides silently through the aquatic foliage. Together they explore the murky depths, navigating the submerged forest of alpine river stems.
Resting atop vibrant moss, the cycle of life in these chilly waters continues undisturbed. With courtship complete, the female turns her focus to securing the next generation.
Carefully, she wraps each individual egg inside a leaf to shield it from predators. Anchored safely in the current, a new generation begins its journey. Within these transparent capsules, new life quickly takes shape in the freezing mountain water.
As spring progresses, larger amphibians navigate the clear currents of the riverbed.
Thousands of tadpoles cluster along submerged wood, feeding and growing in the warm shallows. Deep within the alpine shallows, life begins in delicate gelatinous spheres. As winter recedes, pure snowmelt breathes life into the awakening alpine flora. Bathed in sunlight, mountain blooms unfurl to herald the warmth of spring.
Higher up the slopes, lingering snow offers both play and relief for the alpine ibex.
From the highest perches, guardians of the air keep watch over the entire mountain realm. A single shadow overhead triggers a sharp alarm call across the slopes. Towering high above the continent, the ice-capped peak of Mont Blanc feeds the vast waterways below.
Pure meltwater flows directly into the heart of historic valley towns like Annecy.
Life flourishes along these banks, fueled by the rich alpine runoff. Beneath the tranquil surface of Lac du Bourget lies a hidden, subterranean realm. Centuries of glacial melt have carved deep underwater chasms into these limestone walls. Here, in the freezing shadows, prehistoric survivors still thrive unnoticed. In the cold depths, current-driven sediment shifts to reveal hidden alpine refuges. Drawn together by cold underwater currents, schools of barbel huddle in stone sanctuaries. Sensory barbels sweep the granite floor, anchoring them against the relentless alpine flow. In the murky depths of the alpine lakes, life adapts to total darkness. Sensory barbels sweep the lake floor, hunting for microscopic prey hidden in silt. Resting tightly together, their scales form a shimmering defense against cold currents.
In the cold depths of the lake, barbel gather into massive, synchronized shoals for protection.
Along rocky ledges, small groups nestle close to conserve energy and remain hidden. For human explorers, these sheer underwater cliffs hold secret sanctuaries untouched by time. Deep beneath the alpine surface lie forgotten relics of human history. Preserved in cold freshwater, these remnants remain frozen in time. A silent monument buried under decades of alpine waters. Decades beneath the surface have transformed military metal into a living aquatic sanctuary. Resting undisturbed in the silt, the forgotten landing gear remains frozen in time. Nature claims every detail, weaving human history into the tapestry of the lake. Deep beneath the surface, military remnants slowly decay into the aquatic environment. In these shadowy depths, bottom-dwelling burbots navigate the sunken structure.
The artificial reef offers crucial shelter, creating an oasis of life on the barren lake floor.
Deep along the lake bed, burbot gather in dense, writhing masses during the cold months.
Rising high above the aquatic depths, the majestic peaks of the Alps dominate the landscape.
High above the timberline, melting glaciers feed crystal-clear mountain streams, cascading into the valleys below. These pristine lakes serve as vital sanctuaries, holding waters so clear they reveal entire submerged worlds. Beneath the calm surface, fallen timber creates an intricate habitat preserved in icy mountain water. Beneath the calm surface of the alpine lake lies a forgotten forest. Innocent. These submerged roots provide vital shelter for species adapted to cold depths. Sunlight crafts an underwater sanctuary where ancient aquatic life thrives. Beneath the tangled alpine timbers, ancient lake dwellers patrol the shadowed depths. The sterlet sturgeon relies on delicate barbels to read the riverbed sand. Navigating drowned pine forests, it searches for shelter in the crystal depths. Surviving unchanged for millions of years, these living fossils navigate the shadow realm of submerged alpine forests. Beneath the glass-like surface, a quiet world remains undisturbed by the passage of time. Equipped with sensitive barbels, it detects the slightest movement buried deep within the sediment. Using delicate barbels, the sterlet senses micro-movements hidden beneath the river sand. These crystal-clear mountain streams feed the untouched lakes of the high Alps. Here, life thrives in pristine waters nurtured by melting glaciers above. Higher up the slopes, snowmelt transforms into powerful, surging torrents. The immense kinetic force reshapes the alpine landscape year after year. Downstream, the river broadens, providing vital life to the ancient mountain forest. Beneath the surface, the alpine river teems with wild trout navigating the cool current. Every detail is built for survival in these oxygen-rich mountain streams. Dominating the deep channels is the Danube salmon, an apex predator of alpine waterways. Every scale and eye adapts perfectly to the rushing torrents of the alpine realm. Plunging from high glacial valleys, fresh, oxygenated water feeds the mountain ecosystem. Specialized avian hunters dive fearlessly into the turbulent spray to capture their prey. Emerging from the churning white water, the alpine dipper claims its momentary perch.
A successful dive yields an aquatic larva, critical sustenance in these frigid mountain streams.
Without hesitation, it leaps back into the rushing torrent to hunt once more. Beneath the rushing surface, the white-throated dipper flies through the icy current with remarkable control. Gripping the riverbed with strong feet, it searches the gravel for hidden caddisfly larvae.
Shedding water instantly from its dense plumage, it bursts back into the open alpine air. Its successful underwater hunts provide crucial nourishment during the demanding nesting season.
With rapid wing beats, it navigates the river corridor toward the safety of its hidden nest.
Tucked securely against the stone wall, the spherical moss nest protects the next generation.
Every successful forage fuels the next generation in the harsh alpine environment.
In the cold, oxygen-rich depths, ancient inhabitants search the floor for hidden prey. Schools of barbel navigate these glacial currents, sharing the pristine waters of the Alps. Among the submerged roots, predators find refuge and a place to protect their legacy. Patrolling every inch of the log, the male ensures no intruder threatens his territory. Unmoving and vigilant, he remains on guard to fan fresh oxygen over his brood. Clung tightly to the submerged timber, hundreds of eggs await the next stage of life. Inside each delicate membrane, a tiny heart beats, nourished by the pristine mountain water.
Constant vigilance is vital, as the male tirelessly fans fresh oxygen to keep his offspring alive.
Above the pristine waters, life climbs upward into the formidable vertical world of the cliffs.
High on the vertical cliff face, a young chick prepares its wings for future flight.
The return of an adult brings vital food to sustain the next generation.
High above the valley floor, the golden eagle guards its young against the fierce alpine winds.
Careful nourishment secures the next generation in this uncompromising mountain wilderness.
Riding thermal updrafts, the eagle sweeps effortlessly over golden meadows in search of prey.
Nestled deep within the Alps lies Lake Alat, famous for its vivid teal waters.
Beneath this calm alpine mirror lies an ecosystem teeming with hidden life. Sunlight penetrates the clear shallows, nourishing lush, submerged gardens. In the deepest, oxygen-starved layers of the lake, a completely unique ecosystem survives.
Thriving on hydrogen sulfide, colonies of purple sulfur bacteria form dense, swirling clouds.
These ancient microorganisms mirror life on Earth billions of years before sunlight ruled the surface. In these oxygen-deprived depths, ancient microbial life thrives in total darkness.
Specialized divers navigate these toxic zones to document prehistoric ecosystem dynamics.
As currents settle, the quiet isolation of the deep lake returns.
Deep beneath Lake Alat, dense blooms of sulfur bacteria thrive in complete oxygen deficiency. Sunlight filtering from above transforms these toxic waters into a surreal spectrum of color. Across the cavern floor, Intricate bacterial webs form an ancient, self-sustaining ecosystem. Deep along the cavern floor, clouds of toxic sulfur create a world apart. Yet even in these hostile depths, specialized life manages to navigate the darkness. A small alpine fish moves with extreme caution, staying near the safety of the rocky floor. Beneath the calm surface, toxic purple sulfur layers trap unsuspecting aquatic life. Bacterial plumes create dense, swirling chemical barriers in the stagnant depths. Above the depths, the alpine sky offers a stark contrast of vibrant life. Nestled deep in the Alps, Fernstein Lake holds ancient waters of striking clarity. At the water's edge, morning silence rests over untouched shores. In these hidden coves, the true depth of the alpine wilderness reveals itself.
Just beyond the cove lies Samaranger Lake, another pristine jewel of the Tyrolean Alps.
Along the shore, fallen trees create rich microhabitats above and below the surface. Beneath the surface, exceptional clarity reveals a hidden world preserved in time. Beneath the pristine surface lies a sunken forest, preserved for centuries. Every branch provides a fertile sanctuary for delicate aquatic vegetation. In these motionless depths, micro-ecosystems thrive away from the mountain air.
Preserved for centuries in freezing waters, submerged alpine forests create unique habitats.
Pure snowmelt feeds these crystal depths, filtering sunlight into a vivid underwater realm. Where water meets alpine rock, life adapts to the steep gradients of the mountains. Beneath the surface of Samaranger Lake lies a perfectly preserved underwater forest. Pure mountain meltwater creates clarity so profound, light penetrates to the deepest roots. Divers navigate this frozen moment in time, where human history meets alpine wilderness. Preserved beneath the frigid alpine waters, human history blends quietly with nature. Ancient root systems remain untouched, frozen in time inside this underwater vault. Sunlight feeds this pristine sanctuary, connecting mountain air to the depths below. Sunlight filters through the alpine lake, illuminating a hidden aquatic wilderness. Ancient sunken timber provides nourishment and habitat for delicate aquatic flora. Below the surface reflection of alpine pines, freshwater meadows flourish in silent clarity.
These pretty fishes originally came from North America, thriving in crystal-clear mountain streams.
Introduced to European alpine waters decades ago, they have adapted seamlessly to these pristine habitats.
Here in these cold, nutrient-rich depths, a complete aquatic ecosystem thrives undisturbed. Among the submerged granite boulders, alpine trout navigate the swift, crystal currents with ease.
In these protected depths, graylings and trout share the nutrient-rich meadows of aquatic grass.
The grayling's high, sail-like dorsal fin acts as both a stabilizer and a striking display in these pristine waters.
These crystal waters shelter a vibrant ecosystem hidden beneath the alpine mirror. At the Watzmann in the Berchtesgaden Alps, mountain life thrives in vast pastures. Here, traditional livestock graze freely beneath the towering rocky sentinels. In these high summer pastures, domestic cattle thrive under the watchful gaze of the peaks. Every bell tells a story of peaceful coexistence with the mountain wilderness. Here, at the edge of the woodland, human tradition meets untouched nature. Every step across these high pastures has shaped the landscape for generations.
Traditional mountain shelters still stand as testament to human harmony with the high peaks.
Locked in these high summits is evidence of an ocean that existed millions of years ago. Carved by ancient glaciers, Lake Königssee cradles some of the purest waters in the Alps. For centuries, St. Bartholomew's Church has stood as a quiet sanctuary amid rugged peaks. Its iconic red domes reach upward, dwarfed only by the towering stone giants surrounding them. Above the surface, human life glides peacefully across the glacial waters of Lake Königssee.
Beneath the glass-like surface, a quiet, ancient underwater realm thrives undisturbed.
Carved by ancient glaciers, these pristine depths nourish life in perfect balance. Beneath the surface, crystal currents shape an pristine sanctuary for alpine river life. Guided by ancient instinct, they navigate the cool, sun-dappled glacial melt. In these pure alpine waters, life thrives in quiet harmony with the mountain's pulse.
Deep along the riverbed, bottom-dwelling hunters remain perfectly camouflaged in the gravel.
Using sensitive chin barbels, it sifts through the stones in search of nutrient-rich fish eggs.
With fluid, serpentine motions, it patrols the quiet shallows of the alpine lake. Beneath the pristine surface of Lake Königssee lie ancient geological monuments carved over millennia. Embedded in stone, prehistoric shellfish fossils record a time when these peaks were an ocean floor.
Deep on the lake bed, strange circular formations stand as silent witnesses to prehistoric tectonic forces.
Etched in stone beneath the surface lie footprints of an ancient, forgotten world. High above the lakes, the alpine ridge comes alive under the afternoon sun.
For these mountain residents, moments of tranquility are precious and well-earned. Even the youngest members of the colony must learn to forage independently.
Guidance from experienced adults ensures survival through the short mountain summer.
Vigilance remains constant, as danger can appear without warning from the surrounding crags. As summer wanes, territorial disputes escalate into fierce wrestling matches on the high slopes. Speed and agility determine who retains control of the most fertile foraging grounds. For the young, the meadow remains a safe sanctuary of abundant summer light.
For young alpine marmots, play is essential training for survival.
Social bonds are strengthened through shared moments of rest before dusk. As evening approaches, the colony prepares to retreat underground. As evening approaches, life in the high meadows settles into a quiet rhythm. High above the tree line, massive limestone peaks tower over the ancient wilderness. Below the peaks lies Lake Karetsa, its emerald waters fed by pure mountain snowmelt. Beneath the glass-like surface of Lake Karetsa lies a quiet, oxygen-rich world. Algae thrives in these sunlit shallows, providing vital nutrients for the lake's aquatic inhabitants. Gelatinous colonies anchor to submerged stems, forming complex microscopic ecosystems. Up close, these gelatinous spheres reveal intricate micro-ecosystems thriving in pristine alpine waters. Microscopic ciliates propel themselves endlessly, filtering nutrients in a hidden realm. Together, thousands of these spheres transform sunken branches into vibrant underwater pastures. As dusk falls over the Alps, a silent transformation begins across the high peaks. Under the cover of darkness, the night sky unlocks a breathtaking celestial spectacle. In these remote alpine sanctuaries, the universe reveals its timeless, undisturbed beauty.
As night deepens over the Alps, sudden electrical storms illuminate the sky above high peaks.
Unspoiled by light pollution, the mountain skies reveal billions of distant worlds in silent motion. As dawn breaks, starlight gives way to a new day across the pristine alpine landscape. As midday sun warms the valley, atmospheric forces begin to shift rapidly above the peaks. Towering cloud structures rise miles into the sky, signaling a swift change in weather. A heavy, dark mantle settles over the valley, bringing crucial moisture to the alpine realm. Even in the midst of the tempest, light brays through the alpine sky. Torrents of rain reshape the surface of the mountain waters. Gale-force winds test the strength of the ancient shoreline pines. As the tempest recedes, stillness returns to the alpine sanctuary. Morning mist weaves through the forest, welcoming a new dawn. Sunlight crowns the Alps, igniting life across mountain and wave.
As morning reaches the canopy, arboreal reptiles awaken to absorb the sun's gentle warmth.
Every scale provides crucial traction, allowing seamless movement across the rough woodland bark. A clouding blue eye marks the quiet beginning of the shedding process.
In the shadow of the canopy, split-second reflexes mean the difference between life and death.
Carved by ancient glaciers, these emerald waters form the vital heart of the alpine landscape. Along the shallow margins, pure glacial runoff creates an underwater sanctuary of remarkable clarity. Beneath the calm surface, wooden pilings provide shelter for vibrant freshwater communities.
Near the pebbled floor, these tight shoals find safety in numbers.
Sunken forests create intricate mazes, offering refuge to the lake's resident wildlife.
Deep within the river gravel, a new generation begins its journey. In these oxygen-rich waters, life stirs in its most fragile form. High above the rivers, towering alpine summits shape the rhythm of the wilderness. High above the valley floor, ancient glaciers sculpt the dramatic peaks of the Alps.
Deep crevices fracture the moving ice sheet, storing vast reserves of frozen freshwater.
This frozen wilderness feeds the rivers below, anchoring life across the entire region. High above the tree line, vast glacial ice carves the alpine wilderness. Deep fractures reveal ancient blue ice, sculpted by centuries of pressure. Across this frozen expanse, the mountains rise to meet the sky. Beneath the frozen surface, Centuries of dripping water build timeless subterranean ice cathedrals. These hidden frozen worlds preserve the ancient purity of the mountain meltwater. Emerging into the sunlit realm, water carves dramatic karst gorges across lush mountain forests. Carved into the mountain forest, natural sinkholes funnel surface waters deep into hidden subterranean networks. Rushing surface streams gather momentum, plunging into cavernous openings in the rock. Beneath the surface, water carves immense subterranean halls that remain untouched by time. Deep beneath the Alps, water sculpts architectural wonders over millions of hidden years. Every drop deposits microscopic calcium layers, forming intricate subterranean landscapes millimeter by millimeter. In this realm of perpetual darkness, life adapts to conditions unchanged for millennia. Deep within the karst heart of the Alps, time carves monuments out of pure water and stone. Drop by drop, mineral-rich water builds delicate needles over thousands of unhurried years. Where ceiling and floor finally meet, colossal stone pillars lock the earth in place. Deep within the subterranean Alps, water carves endless landscapes over millions of years. These hidden lakes form isolated aquatic worlds, untouched by sunlight. In the complete darkness of the flooded passages, rare life forms have adapted to survive. Deep beneath the alpine karst, ancient flooded caverns preserve a world untouched by light. Adapted to silence, blind creatures navigate the darkness through sensitive lateral line vibrations. In these nutrient-scarce abyss pockets, life gathers where deep currents collide. In the perpetual pitch black of subterranean waters, navigation relies entirely on subtle water pressure changes. Carved over millennia, these silent, flooded labyrinth walls remain virtually unchanged. Even the slightest displacement of water stirs clouds of ancient, undisturbed silt. Deep within the flooded abyss, specialized life navigates the silent, dark currents. Even the smallest organisms find refuge in the stillness of these subterranean waters. Without sight, it relies entirely on chemical and electrical signals to sense its world. In complete darkness, every subtle touch helps navigate the ancient flooded caverns. Gliding effortlessly through the stillness, it conserves energy in a world without light. Here, in eternal shadow, life moves at a peaceful, timeless pace. Adapted to perpetual dark, it navigates the flooded abyss with deliberate precision. In this vast, silent realm, tiny movements echo across submerged stone. Sensory organs scan the subtle currents drifting from deep within the rock. Without eyes, every touch against the subterranean sand translates the hidden world around it. Its slender limbs move with delicate precision through pitch-black subterranean currents. A living ghost of the Alps, perfectly adapted to a timeless realm beneath the earth. Moving with patient grace, it navigates the silent, pitch-black chambers of its eternal home. Highly sensitive receptors along its head detect subtle electrical signals in the water. Without eyes, these vibrant, feathery gills absorb life directly from the pristine water. Deep within the flooded limestone caverns, tiny vibrations reveal an ancient life form. Completely blind, These cave dwellers rely entirely on chemical sensors to map their watery world. Moving in slow rhythm, they can endure years without food in this silent, dark realm. In these lightless waters, even the smallest creatures have evolved total transparency. Gliding above the silt, the olm conserves energy in a world where food is scarce. Feathery external gills absorb oxygen directly from the frigid, oxygen-rich cave water. Sensing minute electrical currents, the olm begins its slow climb toward open water. Adapted to eternal darkness, even the faintest shimmer of daylight marks a boundary. Where the subterranean abyss meets the sunlit world, alpine life converges. Above the hidden waterways, ancient granite summits stand sentinel over the high Alps.
Carved by ice and weather over millennia, these rugged passes dictate the movement of high-altitude life.
Even amidst barren stone, resilient micro-ecosystems cling quietly to existence. On these high, sun-drenched slopes, every warm stone becomes a vital sanctuary. Asp vipers gather in communal basking spots, absorbing the precious heat of the mountain sun. Across this harsh landscape, entire cold-blooded communities depend on these isolated thermal islands.
Within the tight rock crevices, subtle head-rubbing behaviors reinforce social bonds among basking vipers.
Moving fluidly across loose scree, the serpent navigates the shifting alpine terrain in search of shade. Damp, mossy pockets near mountain springs offer essential moisture and relief from the intense mountain heat. Near the damp stream banks, multiple vipers gather to absorb the reflected warmth. Shared contact helps regulate body temperature in the cool alpine air. Higher up the cliff, dozens form a dense, tangled mass across the sun-warmed granite. Moving lower into the forested slopes, the vipers hunt among the crisp autumn leaf litter. Here, courtship ritual and communal warmth bring these mountain reptiles together. Above the forest line, the soaring peaks of the Alps reign supreme over the weather. High above the tree line, a chamois mother watches over her newborn kid. Possessing astounding agility, they navigate near vertical precipices with effortless grace. Even here, high above the tree line, constant vigilance is the key to survival. From high peak glaciers, meltwater carved the pristine turquoise channels of the Socha.
Rushing currents slice endlessly through limestone, shaping dramatic gorges over millennia.
In these sheltered canyon pools, a hidden subterranean realm reveals itself. Beneath the pristine turquoise surface, ancient river species thrive in frozen glacial currents. Funneled through narrow rock crevices, snowmelt accelerates with immense crushing force. Where the torrent meets quiet forest pools, life finds a fragile, perfect balance.
Beneath the pristine surface of alpine streams, glacial waters carve intricate underwater sanctuaries.
Seasonal thaws flood these narrow gorges with ferocious, oxygen-rich currents.
Where the canyon widens, life finds a quiet rhythm along the riverbed.
In the sheltered pools of the Socha, schools of trout thrive in crystalline waters.
The endemic marble trout blends effortlessly into the intricate textures of the river floor.
Beside them, the vivid rainbow trout rests motionless, above the sunlit gravel.
Born from melting glaciers, these oxygen-rich waters nourish every corner of the valley.
As seasons turn, the river shapes the landscape and dictates the rhythm of life. When winter descends upon the Alps, only the most resilient creatures will endure. As winter tightens its grip, life in the valley adapts to the frozen silence.
High above the tree line, the alpine ibex endures the onset of winter with calm resilience.
Mastering these treacherous vertical walls is a matter of daily survival. As winter tightens its grip, even the smallest details become encased in ice. Frost builds layer by layer, creating delicate geometric architecture. Life slumbers beneath the ice, waiting out the endless alpine cold. High above the tree line, competition for dominance demands absolute strength and incredible balance. Their specialized hooves grip near vertical rock faces where few predators dare to follow. In these supreme heights, nature reigns untouchable and wild. High above the tree line, winter carves giant sculptures from rushing glacial waters. Below, pure mineral water flows freely, locked within walls of solid blue frost. Even in deep winter, microclimates along the stream banks keep life suspended in constant change. As winter tightens its grip, the Alpine Valley becomes a silent arena of survival.
Equipped with natural snowshoes, the Eurasian lynx moves without making a sound.
From its vantage point, patience is the ultimate predator's weapon.
High above the frozen valley, acute senses pick up the subtle rustle of life.
Its keen eyesight can pinpoint the slightest flicker of movement 100 meters away.
It's unaware of the silent observer below, life on the high branches continues its fragile dance. In the freezing alpine realm, every subtle rustle demands instant attention.
Large padded paws distribute its weight, allowing silent movement through deep drifts.
Beneath the frozen surface, faint scent trails reveal hidden life. With senses honed by the harsh climate, every sound in the forest carries vital information.
In these remote peaks, quiet moments of rest are essential for conserving precious warmth.
Below the timberline, pure meltwater rivers sustain a completely different wilderness ecosystem.
The pristine alpine streams provide an ideal sanctuary for cold-water fish.
In these crystal waters, vibrant aquatic life thrives in perfect balance.
As well as the rainbow trout, another species has also been released into the Socha.
In the deeper, shaded reaches of the river, a different predator claims territory and has made a permanent home here, competing with the marble trout. River trout are a bit smaller than marble trout.
Navigating these shadowy mountain pools, different trout species frequently share the same narrow territory.
As a result, they often crossbreed with each other.
Today, many foreign trout live in the Socha.
These clear alpine waters will be repopulated with cultured marble trout.
As late autumn fades, the atmosphere high above the river begins to shift.
Winter soon has the Alps in its grip.
As dusk falls across the high Alps, a bitter stillness settles over the frozen forest.
Under cosmic skies, night holds the mountains in absolute freeze.
As dawn breaks, low mist drifts over the frozen lake, revealing a quiet valley waking to winter. Along the frozen shore, winter seals the alpine lake under a silent veil of ice.
Beneath the ice ceiling, life continues in slow motion through murky glacial depths. Sensory barbels sweep the silt, hunting for prey hidden among tangled roots.
Beneath the frozen surface, time seems to stand still in the depths of the alpine lake. Ancient creatures navigate these submerged maze-like forests, perfectly adapted to the icy dark.
A fragile threshold where water, ice, and light meet.
Beneath the frozen surface, divers explore a quiet, crystal-clear world suspended in ice.
Above the frozen divide, heavy machinery works to clear the winter paths. Across the vast alpine heights, life continues on both sides of the ice.
Above the frost, life moves silently across the frozen glass.
Beneath the surface ceiling, a realm of suspended silence reigns. In these shadowy depths, ancient survivors navigate the glacial gloom.
Beneath the surface, submerged roots form an intricate aquatic sanctuary. Ancient fish patrol these shadows, perfectly adapted to the icy depths. A sudden burst of movement disturbs decades of settled lake silt. In the cold shadows of the lake bed, aquatic life waits in perfect stillness.
These ancient depths hold secrets forged by centuries of glacial runoff.
Driven by instinct, it ascends toward the sunlit surface world.
In the cold depths of alpine lakes, ancient species navigate the quiet currents.
Gliding inches above the riverbed, barbels search the stones for scent. Here on the riverbed, patience is an ancient survival trait. In the cold depths of the alpine lake, time seems to stand completely still. Trapped beneath a roof of ice, dark fallen timbers create a sanctuary for bottom dwellers. On the gravel riverbed, burbots stir up the silt as winter courtship begins. As winter deepens, freshwater burbot gather in the murky depths to form spawning clusters. Entangled in a dense, writhing mass, dozens of bodies press together above the stones. They churn against submerged timber, driving their ancient rituals beneath the ice. Above the quiet depths, a thick shield of ice locks the alpine lake in winter silence. On the surface, winter holds the valley in a breathless, frozen expanse. Even in the stillness, delicate details of ice and frost shield life waiting for spring. As winter reaches its peak, the alpine lakes lock into silence beneath the ice. Yet beneath this frozen stillness, life endures in the mountain wilderness. A delicate sanctuary, preserved high above the world. The timeless wilderness of the Alps endures, silent under its winter cloak. A sanctuary, preserved for generations yet to come, where life thrives quietly in nature's purest realm. The ancient rhythms of the Alps endure, untouched by the passage of time. In these wild heights, life finds a quiet, permanent harmony. A world defined by snow, silence, and timeless beauty.